Jonathan Watt with Atara Group International. We hope you are enjoying the materials we're posting, and if you are, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're doing a historical series. We've been talking about Advent recently and wanted to look today at Advent across the world, how different cultures developed somewhat unique traditions around what, at least in principle, is the same season. Every year as the days shorten and the liturgical calendar turns toward Advent, Christians across the world enter a season of waiting, reflection, and hope. And yet, even though the 4 weeks before Christmas are celebrated in churches from, Nigeria to Norway, Mexico to the Middle East, the expression of Advent looks wonderfully different as you move from one culture to another. Advent is one of the most globally diverse seasons of the Christian year, shaped not only by theology, but also by, climate, history, geography, and local customs. So, from candlelit wreaths in Europe to vibrant processions in Latin America and prayer filled fasting in Africa, the world's Christians have taken the heart of Advent, a longing for the coming of Christ, and they have taken it and woven it into their own cultural fabric. So, Europe, as we've noted already, is the birthplace of the Advent wreath and the traditional Advent calendar. Many traditions familiar to modern Western Christians originated in Europe. The Advent wreath, for example, grew out of 16th century German Lutheran practices. European Advent customs, not surprisingly, often emphasize light piercing the darkness, especially in northern countries where December days are especially short. In Germany, we saw the development of Advent wreaths and the use of 4 candles, Advent calendars that help to count down day by day, Christmas markets that begin in Advent, for example. But you come to Scandinavia, and then there's St. Lucia Day on December 13th that features girls wearing white dresses and with candlelit crowns, symbolizing Christ as the light who breaks through the winter's darkness. Then you can go over to Eastern Europe. Orthodox traditions focus on the Nativity fast, a 40-day period of spiritual preparation. Turn around the world to Latin America. Advent is seen with processions and community celebrations of various kinds. In Latin America, Advent traditions emphasize hospitality and pilgrimage. Come to Mexico specifically, and Los Posadas reenacts Mary and Joseph's search for shelter with candlelit processions, songs, and of course, hospitality. Turn to Guatemala and Honduras further south, and you have colorful parades, nativity displays, traditional songs that reflect a blend of Christian and also with indigenous influences. Come to Puerto Rico, and there's Aguinaldos, dawn caroling with guitars and percussion, which brings joyful music to Advent mornings. Then turn around to Africa, and you'll see Advent emphasized in many places in Africa as a time of prayer, community, and remembrance of a radical hope. African expressions of Advent are richly diverse within the continent, blending Christian tradition with specifically local rhythms. Here's some examples. Take Nigeria and Ghana, for instance. Advent brings prayer vigils, all-night services, scripture gatherings, and also some pretty lively worship. Turn over to eastward to Ethiopia and Eritrea, and Orthodox communities there observe a 40-day nativity fast. Come on south to southern Africa. Youth choirs prepare special Advent music in multiple languages. Turn around this globe to Asia, and you'll find ancient Christian traditions meeting very modern kinds of expressions. Come to the Middle East, and you've got candle processions, scripture readings, vigil services that shape Advent in community Christian communities. So turn to India, and you've got decorations of various places, home and church, choir arrangements, hospitality meals, and the Advent star lanterns that mark the season. Come to the Philippines, and you have Simbang Gabi, a 9-day dawn worship tradition that blends prayer, music, and community. But then survey Oceania, and you've got Advent in island cultures that looks different yet again. In Australia, New Zealand, and some Pacific islands, Advent includes traditional hymns and readings, albeit with certain contextual elements. For example, beach gatherings or having a Pacific Island choir sing, presentation of local carvings and artworks, and not surprisingly, community feasts. So, why does Advent differ and why does it matter? Though Advent looks different across the world, several universal themes unite these varying traditions: hope, light, community, and especially anticipation and waiting. Now, if you would like resources for exploring global Christian traditions even further and want to take a deeper look at the worldwide Christian customs, you can consider some of the things we've listed in our links below. There's the liturgical year resource, The Spiraling Adventure of the Christian Life, of the Spiritual Life by Joan Chittister. That would be one source that will help you explore that further. That's an insightful and beautifully written work that explores the entire Christian liturgical year, including Advent, and explains how Christians across different cultures enter into the rhythms of waiting and hoping and celebrating and renewing. It's a rich guide for understanding how church seasons shape spiritual life around the world. Again, you'll find the links there to that and to an introduction to the history of Christianity, edited by Tim Dowley. Very readable resource and beautifully illustrated as well. It's a comprehensive global overview of Christian history that highlights how worship, liturgy, and devotional practices developed across the continents. And while it's not limited to Advent, Dowley's work provides an essential background for understanding how Advent traditions have taken root in diverse cultural settings. So we have an invitation for you. Tara Group International offers workshops, Bible study series, church history programs that help churches deepen their understanding of tradition, scripture, and an exploring of spiritual formation. So visit us at ataragroupinternational.org and learn more about how you can book a speaker at your place.